I remember a story, not even a story, just when I'd spoken to you for the first time when you'd woken up from your coma, when you were able to actually like function on your phone again and stuff. We could just tell the audience what the first thing you did was when you went on your phone.
I checked my release.
Because she had a music video drop while she was in a coma.
Yeah.
And so when she, that's the first thing that was it. That's a fucking artist, bro. Are we on?
We're on, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Millsy.
Millsy, shut the fuck up. Nah, you get the chair front. You get to bed.
Oi. We'll start that again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Culture Show. Let's go. Anyway, bro, how the fuck have you been?
I've been good, bro. Yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm
back at it again.
I'm off to be here. We're running smoothly. It was a bit of a process. We got to thank fucking Uncle Ray Pelka once again for hooking us up with the audio and the adapters and all that shit, bro. Like, that's set, man. Ray has come through for us once again, making our transition to Marshall Street a lot easier.
100%, yeah.
For real. So, man, what's news with you, bro? What do you want to touch on?
Not a real what, bro. I just recently discovered that Race has been dropping music, bro.
Yeah.
It's been hectic. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I just found a couple on SoundCloud and that, bro. I was like, yeah.
Bro, he's
a couple on like Spotify and shit.
He doesn't like go hard on the promo. He'll just like post like little clips.
I'm sure it is like, I just dropped this from like 2014. Bro, I'm like, fuck, I need to check that out. And it's hard, bro. It's like very old school shit.
It's like very nostalgic as well because it's that same like mix from like 2014.
Yeah,
exactly. The rest of the stick is type like the good, yeah. Facts. I'm good.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, bro. Speaking of that, like, I think we need to, bro, like, thank the king on air for the love, bro, that he showed. We're talking about Cursor. For the love that he showed on our reel that we
spin out, eh?
Bro, yeah, that's hectic, man. Like, I mean, I'm sure I speak for us both when we both say we grew up listening to that dude, bro. You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that was crazy. The love that was shown on that was crazy. You know.
I think I was fuck. What you said in year 8, I reckon.
I was the same when I started listening to, and obviously you're older than me, bro. And I was still like that was my age when.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. So it's fucking that was definitely a milestone. I got a few. By the way, we do have a fucking big guest today. If you watched the last episode, you know who it is because I said beep and beep, and then we said the name.
Yeah.
Do you know? I didn't even. I edited. By the way, let us know in the comment section what you thought of the old host only episode, the first ever one, edited by me and shit. So if it fucking sucks, let me know, and I'll never do it again, and I'll probably quit. So we'll see how we go there.
But honestly, let us know what you think. And
yeah. It was edited on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So we out here, and I don't want to hear no excuses that you don't got the tools to do what you want to do because I made this on my cracked out iPhone. I handed this iPhone to Ray Pelka once, and he said, "What fucking phone is this?" He didn't even know it was an iPhone. That's how great.
I didn't tell the same thing. You have a case on it.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know, man. I like to live life on the edge. I got some shit I want to bring up, bro. Just some topic.
What's on your mind, eh?
Man, so do you know what versus battles are?
Yeah, like not rap battles, but like their hits or something, isn't it?
Yeah. So it started back in like 2020 during lockdown. Timberland, the producer Timberland, and I can't remember the other dude off the top of my head. They started it over like Instagram Live during lockdown as a board thing. They'd get like 2 stars on, like OGs mainly, like usually, and they'd go hit for hit. You know what I mean? And the audience would vote on who wins, you know, and who had the best hits, who was the best of their time.
Yeah.
And it usually goes so well because it's usually OGs and people who, and the two artists usually had rivals. Like they were rivals back in those times when those hits come out.
Yeah.
So it's so much better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so many legends have done it already. Anyway, there's a big rumor that there's a versus battle coming out with Lil Kim and Foxy Brown.
Fuck yeah, Little Kim.
Which could be crazy because if you know your hip hop and you know your history, you know there's a lot of past rivalry, past beef, past ego in that shit. I mean, people have been shot because of that shit.
Done time.
Yeah, honestly, like there's a story that like they started off as friends, this that, Biggie obviously brought Lil Kim into the game and brought.
That's why I used to fuck with Lil Kim like pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Magic Stick with 50 Cent.
Exactly. Everyone's seen the Notorious B.I.G. movie. Everyone knows Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying?
Just gangster.
Yeah, but so Lil, who's the dude married to Beyonce? Jay-Z. I'm sorry, I'm high as hell. Jay-Z brought Foxy Brown into the game, right? While obviously Biggie brought in Lil Kim under his wing, right? So it was Jay-Z and Biggie essentially. They started off as friends, and then they were offered $500,000 each to do a collab album, like within a year of their careers, right? Just because like
never did it, but no.
Egos. They both said no. They didn't let it float. They were like, no, we're not doing it. I think it was Foxy Brown jumped on the track with some other OG back in the day, and so the first shot at Lil Kim. And then Lil Kim said, fuck it, and just did a whole verse on, and then like this though, you know what I mean? And then shit got heated, and they were
doing a versus battle.
Yeah. But the lead up to that, man, because like, and then so shit got heated, like between both crews and shit, and both crews ran into each other at a radio station, got into a massive brawl. Someone from Lil Kim's team shot someone from, Foxy Brown's team. And whatnot, and then so Lil Kim ended up doing a year behind bars for it because she lied to the feds about her crew's involvement in the situation.
Is it gonna be like live and shit?
It's gonna be live. It's always live. This is what I mean.
So be like face to face.
But they're gonna be face to face. They're gonna be. It's not live on. They've made. I think I remember now.
This Foxy, I don't know who she is. I honestly don't listen to her at all. But like I swear I've seen something and she like wanted the beef squashed or something with Lil Kim.
So yeah. That's a very good point. So she wanted the beef squashed, right? Like this is after she goes to Lil Kim goes to prison.
Years ago.
Yeah, this is years ago. Lil Kim in 2001. She come out and she said, Foxy Brown said, I want to squash the beef, blah, blah, blah. People don't need to be getting shot, this, that. So they squashed the beef. And then years later, they both pretty fucking old now, man. And now Lil Kim is getting into back and forth with Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
And so to get some...
I've definitely seen that.
Yeah, bro. And so to get some relevance from it, Foxy Brown has jumped back in because no one really cares about Foxy Brown anymore. Let's be honest. But to get some relevance from it, she jumps in back in Nicki Minaj in New York Queen, this, that, you know what I mean? Like
with their old school.
Yeah.
They're setting up this. Yeah, that makes sense.
So there's a lot of hype at the moment coming up for like their versus battle. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but there's a lot of rumors.
Really sick.
Yeah, man, crazy as shit. Lil Pump got a new face tat.
Could he?
Yeah, that was amazing. He's still wilding out, making TikToks with Smoke Perp. Is that his name? No, let me check what else we got, bro, before we bring on the guest. Give me a sec. Tory Lanez. I want to touch on the Tory Lanez trial.
In this Tory Lanez business, bro.
No.
I had a.
I want to do an update on the trial.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. So, like, he's been convicted of everything and shit, but, like, I don't know, bro.
He's been convicted, but...
Do you reckon he did it?
Well,
I don't know.
Before I say that, this is where it gets interesting. This is why I want to bring it up. He's been convicted, yes. He was meant to be sentenced in January. He now has a new attorney. So his sentence hasn't happened and he's appealed for a new case. That's yet to be delayed. Yeah, and that's so he's been convicted. He's been found guilty, but he didn't get sentenced yet. And he got a new attorney. What's it called? And he was like, "I want a new trial." And they yet to confirm or deny him. But I don't know. Do you reckon he did it?
I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
Nah, probably, bro.
Isn't all the evidence, if you really look into all the evidence, leads.
And then he's trying to be a hard cunt, you know, and then
I think
the ego gets in the way, you know.
I think that motherfucker did it. But then you go listen to his records and he's singing like, I don't
matter what you
like, you know what, like he's so soft and like, you know what I mean? And then
doesn't matter.
Little short leprechaun going around shooting people in the foot. Oh, bro, Lil Durk album. What do you think of that? New Lil Durk album.
I haven't sussed that yet.
Yeah, I said,
no, I fucking need to.
Bro, it's actually fucking amazing. I really rate it.
This needs to come closer to me. I'm fucking fidgeting in the day.
Have a whiskey, lad.
No, it's like, yeah.
But yeah, have you heard All My Life yet? The track with him and Cole.
No, I haven't listened to anything of Lil Durk's new album.
You haven't?
Nah, nothing.
All My Life is so good, bro, because Dirk's finally, like, he's lost a lot of people around him, obviously being shot around him.
Yeah.
And he's finally, like, getting on a record talking about, like, how rappers aren't getting their shine until they get shot. You know what I mean? Like, sort of acknowledging that shit now. And to hear Cole, like, on some shit like that too, bro. He's just level of bars and words is just something different as well, you know?
Yeah, he's not pretty good. He's a fucking king, bro.
Who do you rate more, J. Cole or Drake? I mean, J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar?
Oh, fuck, probably Kendrick, bro.
Kendrick.
Yeah, I just listened to Kendrick more when I was growing up, and that.
Yeah, word.
I don't know.
What's your favorite Kendrick record?
Oh fuck, but I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't listen to Kendrick that much. Fuck, you put me on the spot. Fuck, I don't know, bro.
This is what happened in the Deno episode when
Too stoned, bro.
Bro, who was that artist where you were like, if Deno asked me what's my favorite song from Mad Child, was it Mad Child?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Deno asked me what's my favorite song from Mad Child, I'm gonna freeze.
Yeah, so bro, I listened to Mad Child so many times, but fuck if I can remember any in the song.
Yeah,
Especially on the spot.
but as it comes on, you know the lyrics straight away. That was yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think that one thing I was talking about.
I couldn't think of one Kendrick song, bro. I still can't.
Do you know what? For some reason, the first song that pops up in my head is a song that never even come out. Did you guys ever hear
Swimming pools.
Swimming Pools?
Yeah, that's the track, bro.
That is though. Did you guys ever hear? Was it Black? Correct me if I'm wrong, because you're a Kendrick fan. Was it Black Friday? The way he jumped on Cole's beat and Cole jumped on one of his beats. Black Friday. It was so hard, bro. Like, because at the time everyone wanted Cole and Kendrick to collab, all right, and they like wouldn't do it. And so what they did instead is Cole sent Kendrick one of his beats from his biggest song at the time. I'm pretty sure it was, what was it again? I can't even remember. But and then obviously Kendrick did the same. They hopped on each other's beats. But they didn't. They swapped beats from their biggest hits at the time. They gave each other the instrumental, and it never come out. But they put it out on YouTube, bro. And that's like the one that comes. But like Kendrick Lamar opens it, he's like big hard, like Rottweiler. But like that shit is fucking. Bro, they talking about W Riz. Kendrick is the Rizzly Bear. Kendrick is the Rizzly Bear. All right, I reckon. Not gonna sober. Oh, he looks over it. Oh, okay. You need to get better with these host onlys, bro. I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, no, I fucking said that.
You need to stop hiding behind the guests. It's gonna be a sick reel.
No, it's not.
I reckon we get the guest on. Give me a second.
Yeah, I reckon it's still.
He's already making a mess. I said she had like a foreskin.
Cut that. Fucking cut that.
Okay, this is like, honestly, I feel like I'm in a therapy session again. But yeah, grew up in Eltham, E-Town, 3095.
Yeah. Without like incriminating yourself. So you said like you were like 15 when you were running a Mac with these lads and shit.
Yeah.
Without incriminating yourself, do you have like any like hectic stories or like funny stories from like back then?
I don't know, just like,
yeah, like get into the grit.
I mean, like everyone's done the massive marathon for a jinger, you know, like you go from Eltham at fuck knows what time in the morning just to get a gram of bud to smoke, and you'd like catch the train from Eltham to Dymo and then walk like 3 kilometers just to get this jinger, come back, smoke it, and then like you're like, why'd I do that? But
how many people, when you go get this jinger and you travel and you're going on a whole quest to get it, fighting like 7 Pokemon and dragons on the way, how many people are you sharing this said gram with?
Depends who's up, like who's the last one standing, really. Like obviously the person who goes on the quest with you gets like it's choppers rights. Like it's quest rights, like when you get back.
Yeah, like it's a respect thing. Like,
it depends who's awake.
Yeah. Because bro, a gram is not going between many people unless you put like
no.
Yeah,
no. No.
What sort of music did you like listen to?
Yeah, we're getting too confused in the mix.
Music? I don't know, because like my mate just used to kind of control the music. I was never really in control when I was that age. I just let everyone. I was just like a chameleon, really.
Before we even go there, what sort of made you start? Like one thing to listen to music. Everyone listens to music, but what sort of ticked in your brain and you were like, I want to write music. I like writing.
Now I was going on next.
Fucking Rob Jalad.
I always like loved performing when I was little. I'd always do talent shows and stuff, and get up in front of my family, and like I was always that little kid in my room like blasting Rihanna. I remember, forgot the fucking name of the album now. I'm doing a U with Kendrick.
Bad, isn't it? But the camera turns on.
Completely forgotten.
That's what I mean. Just to get it's a fly on the wall.
But yeah, I actually wrote a poem when I was around
So you started
12.
with
Yeah, and then my mom, like my foster mom, found it, and she's like, "Oh, by the way, I found like your rap." And because it was about my birth parents, I was like, "It's a poem. It's not a rap." And then like I read it to music, and I was like, "This is a rap. I can rap." Like,
oh shit, those lyrics were.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I was so like the stuff I used to write was just really depressing because it was like therapy, I guess. But I started like properly writing when I was 16. I think I was in Croydon. Like I moved to my dad's, and yeah, I just kept writing about my experience, about talking to my birth parents. And
So, rewind.
Yeah, back it up a bit.
Yeah.
Hold on, so-
Yeah. And did you first have contact with your birth parents? And is that what sort of birth the
yeah,
writing as an outlet?
that's what birthed Phoenix. Like that was the first conversation I had with
Phoenix rise from the ashes type of
First-
situation. Ooh.
first like proper conversation I had with my birth mom on Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yeah, because she was in and out.
Yeah. Yeah, shit, yeah.
They were in and out my whole life. I used to get letters from my dad up until I was like 8.
Yeah.
And then he just stopped because I don't know, just did. I didn't reply because I was like mad when I was
Of
little.
course,
He used to like ruin all his toys that he'd send me. But yeah, when I spoke to
like your villain archetype.
yeah, I was like a mad little kid. I didn't want anything to do with that. Like
That's fair, yeah.
you're not gonna be a part of my life and get your shit together. Like fuck you.
For sure.
But that's what kind of drove my music, I guess, because I just wanted to get out the emotion.
So it was an outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I spoke to her, she said like, when you're born, you're going to be named Phoenix. And this was like probably the month of when I was writing my songs and posting things. And I was like, that's it. Like, I walked out to my foster dad. Yeah, I walked out to my foster dad because I'm impulsive as fuck. I was like, I'm going to get a Phoenix right here, like massive. It's going to be like my tattoo. And now like I full got it.
Don't picture of it on your Instagram. We'll put it under a reel or something. But that's why. So that's how you got.
That's how it birthed. Yeah.
Wow. So you were actually going to be named Phoenix.
I was going to be named Phoenix.
As your stage.
Yeah, but my foster dad said I was going to get bullied, so he just named me the most basic bitch white name.
As your biological name.
Honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm glad that I've got two, like my stage name, my artist name, and then I've got Jess because it's like the mature.
Oh. So all this was like 2016.
Yeah,
And how old were you?
16. I'm the same year as the year
Okay.
because I'm a millennium baby. My foster mom didn't
I'm
realize.
the same. I'm 2000 as well. Yeah, I'm the exact same. I'm
So cool.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But my foster mom didn't even realize that till I was 21. She came up to me on my 21st and she's like, "Did you realize that you turned 21 in 2021?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's that every fucking year, mum."
Whoa.
And she's like, "Oh, yeah." Yeah, it is. That's so cool.
Because that's the next year. Do you know your turn?
Yeah. Like it took you this long?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So to take it back. So 2016 is sort of where it all kind of.
Cheer the fan, yeah.
So in a bad way or good way?
No, good way. Like
Both or?
there was a lot of, I don't know, there was a lot of change in my life. So I guess when I was going,
Circle thing, I guess.
yeah,
We'll
like
get into that moment.
yeah, I was dealing with like my mental health and changing schools and just being like a teenager, I guess. And there was my outlet of music, but it helped and it like put a positive path.
Mm.
So
Yeah, beautiful.
yeah,
What age were you when you like kind of dropped your first track?
I started I was doing those Facebook videos and stuff. You know, I was getting pretty good traction, and then my brother, like my foster brother, was like, just stop thinking about what you look like make a SoundCloud. Like honestly, you put too much effort into what you look like, you're just gonna be more insecure. So I made a SoundCloud, and then I bought my first mic. I bought my first mic from Cashies. And just plugged that into my MacBook that my cousin gave me.
What mic was it? What mic did you
It was a Snowball.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good for a
Yeah,
first mic, actually.
that one.
Yeah,
USB Snowball
But as far as USB mics go, they're alright, eh? It's the old snowballs.
with GarageBand.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
OG.
So I'd get the like songs off YouTube.
You're
With
still recording like GarageBand at home, like you do your demos on GarageBand.
not now. I hardly ever do demos now.
Oh yeah.
I'm real slack with music.
Yeah.
But it all
But to be honest though, not really. You just, I mean, we'll get into it a bit later, but like you just did a pretty big drop and whatnot.
I put my life and soul into that drop. I think I put too much into it, but also it's like, it's not just a drop for me. It's like a piece of art. So it's not like music isn't my life. It's not my whole life. It's
that's
a part of my life.
Episode in like 3 minutes and 30 seconds, the story to tell. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they're just, you know, like like genuinely, like that music video is like it's like a podcast in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Because the story from the start to the end of its situation, like,
There's a lot to dissect in it, but I wanted it like that. It's like a little movie in itself, and it's a piece of art, and it wasn't about like the drop or the views or this or that, even though like it's good to have the traction and good to feel like people are watching, but also it was just a part of me that I've decided to put out there, and if it speaks to anyone, it speaks to anyone. So,
most definitely. So just I do want to talk about more on that a little later, but so 2016 is when all that happened. You were doing Facebook videos and stuff. So what sort of happened from there? Did you sort of keep chasing that? Did anything sort of happen that sort of said, okay, this is definitely something meant to, was it all good? Was it, you know what I mean? Like,
I had a few, like, well, not a few. I had a failed relationship that was real toxic, and then I ended up in detox for the first time. And while I was in detox, like, music was just my focus. So I was just writing all the time, like collaborating, because you get a lot of artists through recovery. It's like at least 70% of people who go through recovery are an artist of some type. So I just kept pushing that and doing it there, and that was the most time that I could spend on it when you're away from society, I guess.
Did you find any people while you were in detox that you were sort of like found inspiration from artistically wise? You know what I mean? Like
SJ, Sophie Jones, I wrote Melbourne Town with her. Shout out, the Body Bag reposted that shit. That was wild.
Why you were in detox?
Yeah, while I was in we wrote it and then recorded it.
What was the feeling there? Like,
It was insane.
yeah, you're in detox.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I mean, Body Bag. That's probably, like I was.
I lost my shit.
I would have lost my shit as well.
Yeah.
Like no,
No, it was hectic.
Genuinely speaking, like what was like, explain sort of how you both were feeling when you were in there. Like you wrote this like together.
Yes.
You were both sort of in a obviously very rough situation to be in detox together, and then like something big like that happens and it's only like a year in of you sort of birthing PHINIX too.
Yeah.
So like go through that. Like how was that?
So we wrote it while we were in detox, and then when I got home, like we took the demo, and obviously like she wasn't around me anymore. Like she'd gone. That was, you meet someone, cross paths, she's gone. But when I got home, like I recorded it in my room, and I just posted it straight away. And then Body Bag like picked up on it, and it got heaps of traction. But it's really like when I perform it now, I cringe because it's so like lasty. It's very one syllable. It's like like cash and bash and crap and like it's, I'm like, oh, like I cringe now, but it's a part of me. So
100%. I mean, no one's first piece of like, do you know what I mean, is amazing. Like
it's who I was.
I feel like that's a big issue with a lot of artists. You know, no one posts everything. They're all like, whenever they post something, it's like, you know, it's so much better than their last thing. Like, you know, it's just all they keep improving.
It's like you progression.
Feel, it's kind of like you start to feel that.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Find it, bro, right up there.
Just started uploading.
It's like, Liam, shut the fuck up.
Where were we?
Progression.
Progression. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like artists sort of develop this pressure to sort of get better.
Yeah.
Release a better track each sort of record. Do you know what I mean? And one up themselves each record and. So I guess that's sort of a big. Well, I know some of, even Tony Grant said in our first episode, I know some of the best artists that have some of the best songs on their hard drives on their laptops. They've never released music in their life.
Facts.
Yeah, because they're just like,
you know what I mean?
Too much in their head, or they don't really give a shit.
Don't care enough to. Do you know what I mean? But they're you just know, man. Like it's so weird. But I guess it's just art. Art is art, and shit. Just had a brain fart. Yeah. Shit.
You're okay.
Let me
From after body bag, like after all that happened, so obviously you like that would have been, you know, pretty inspirational. Did you
Yeah.
go hard after that?
I mean, I went straight. Oh, I came out. I can't remember. It's so blurry now. It was like 2018. I came out of detox. I think I went back to detox again, and then I went straight to rehab for like 3 months. But I was just writing heaps of music in my spare time. Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was down bad.
Now, you know, I don't know how far you've come and everything like that, but I feel like you should really be proud of yourself.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
It obviously shows, and like especially, you know, we'll touch on that later, but your newest project obviously really displays that. You know?
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
for
that.
sure. So we do our research here at Culture, me and Liam, and we also get our guests to do our research for us. So it says here that your first in my little notes that your first gig
Yeah.
was in this is in the same time frame. So we just got into the 2017. You were in detox, body bag reposted.
Yeah.
2018 you met your birth mum.
Yeah, I met her in person. So, yeah. Oh,
Did
God.
you guys just speak on that?
No, like that's probably the next thing. So,
yeah, okay, cool.
you know that Sophie Jones SJ chick that I said you cross paths and you don't see him again?
Do we need to leave her name?
No,
Okay.
no. Shout out SJ. She's the best. But like, I got put into refuge because I didn't do the right thing in rehab, and my foster mom didn't want me back. Anyway, so I ended up in refuge.
What, can we talk about that or no?
I was just a little shit. Yeah.
You're cool.
Yeah, I was just playing out. Like I got pretty much like I got kicked out. It wasn't even for drug use. I just got kicked out because I was just being silly. Pretty much. And anyway, I got put into this refuge, and when I got there, this chick walks around the corner. It's fucking SJ. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, whoa.
And we just like chilled out the whole time together while we're in refuge, and just
Did you write more music together?
yeah, I think. I mean,
This guy's having the worst time. I'm sorry.
but yeah, it was whack because I thought like I wouldn't see her again, and then bang, like I'm living with her. Like it was just it was crazy. That was really cool. And then I met my birth mom, and then
How was that?
that was horrible. That was
Did you want to go into it or?
yeah, like it was shit. Like it's what you expect. She was a heroin addict, and I've just come out of rehab, so.
Very confronting.
It wasn't a good time. Like the first time I ever used ice was when I came out of rehab, and because I was just around it.
Yeah.
I didn't like.
Is that being around like people that use us in rehab? That
Yeah, like I caught up with one of the girls after it, and like I'd never really done it the way I'd done it before, and like got on it, and then yeah, spoke to my mum for the first time like on the phone, not just Facebook. While I was in rehab again.
was that like the first time you heard her voice?
First time I heard her voice,
Yeah.
wigged me out. It was so whack.
So throughout all of this, like in and out of rehab
Oh, in and out, yeah.
meeting your mum and everything, is this when you're writing a lot of your bars? Like,
Yeah.
A lot of your stuff that's like,
Yeah.
were you producing music throughout this
Raw
whole time?
stuff. Yeah, this is all my like underground sound cloud, like all my raw music, like because I was just recording. I bought my recording equipment everywhere with me in my suitcase, everywhere. It's got water damage and shit. Like everywhere I'd take it, and they let me use it while I was in recovery as well. So I just they'd let me. They knew me and
dope.
what I did.
Obviously an outlet, you know.
And they had a music program there.
Yeah, for sure.
They had a music program there. Every detox and rehab like had something to do with music. Fitzroy at YSAS have like a whole studio upstairs. That's where Melbourne Town was birthed, and then I went back there again and did more stuff. But they really like encourage creatives. So YSAS are great for that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Shout out YSAS.
Shout out YSAS. Save my fucking life.
Definitely, most definitely. So where did you go sort of from there? So does that sort of fall into the time frame to where you just spoke to your birth mother on the phone?
Yeah, and then my foster mum found out, and she was worried. I won't say cracked it. In my like perspective back then, she cracked it, but I look at it now and she's just worried.
Yeah.
Which was fair.
Yeah.
But then I left, and I left rehab again and went and met her on my own terms. And yeah, it was basically just using, like, she'd taught me how to foil a bag and steal from
Wow.
the city. That was the first thing she taught me,
Yeah.
which was just whack.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like taught her. She just used to steal every day. She probably still does. Oh no, she's in jail now. But yeah, she steals and earns and swaps it, and I would always be dressed in the freshest shit because that's just was her job, kind of. But yeah, it was horrible. We're in the commission flats in Port Melbourne, and yeah, it was just whack. It was really, really grim.
How old were you when?
18. Yeah, real grim. And like I was in and out of a toxic relationship, and like finally finished it, and it was just I think I needed to find myself as well, and be my own person.
Sort of find your peace.
Yeah, in a really destructive way, but yeah, after that, like I knew I needed to get my shit back together, and I went back into recovery at Barrowby, which is also in Eltham. The rehab, I thought I was going to like get away and be, you know, it's in Eltham. So I was like, are you fucking serious? So all the like, what do they call it? Outings where they'd take you to Eltham Library or fucking Alistair Knox Park and shit like that. And I'm like, this is where I used to get fucked up when I was 15. This is not recovery. Like, what are you? But even that was full circle. So, and like I used to see people when I was out with the workers, and I'm like,
oh no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was whack. And Greensboro for shopping crew, like we'd go to Greensboro, we'd go to Doncaster for shopping crew, and I'm just like, I hate this. Like, this is horrible, but
It's like kind of triggering for you to be back
It
there,
was-
but in a recovery position.
yeah, it was just like exposure therapy that didn't need to be exposure therapy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that's intense. I was gonna say that's crazy, but that's a bad word.
No, it's crazy. It was nuts. It was crazy. But yeah.
So you go and meet your birth mother on your own. I was just trying to find the right words.
There's a lot, yeah.
So you go and meet. No, yeah, I'm just trying to like work out where we are. So you go to meet your birth mother on your own terms. And obviously it's very self-destructive. Doesn't go very well. Are you still making music?
Still making music. So I got my first gig, and my birth mom was supposed to be there. She promised to be there, she wasn't. But my foster parents were, which was lovely because we were real rocky at that time.
Oh, beautiful. And they still came.
They were still there, yeah. So that was really like heartfelt because I wrote a lot of songs in rehab about like meeting my mom, and when I performed it, it just meant a whole lot more when she wasn't there. But not my blood was. Like I always say, got a family of gold, not a family of blood. Like that's my lyric.
Wow.
And when I performed that, like they all just started like nearly crying. So it was real cute. But
That's so sad. Yeah, goosebumps, man. Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
So I love music, man. Like,
yeah,
That's what you do it for.
yeah, exactly. That's I mean,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Yeah.
at your first
Gig. First gig, yeah. I like got box braids. I don't know. It was like real impulsive. I spent so much money on my hair. My hair was like all the way down here. Like it was wild.
I swear everyone does that. Everyone
And-
goes out.
Everyone has that. Yeah.
People just going in the crowd, go out.
Exactly.
The show.
And why not?
Right.
And SJ, like Sophie Jones, got out with me as well, so that was real sweet.
Like did a song with you. It was like
Yeah, she got out from Melbourne Town, and we like did it first time live, and it was hard. Yeah,
So was it? How did you feel after that? It was your first gig? Like,
felt awesome.
where was it?
Oh, I should know this. I'm gonna say the Workers Club, but it wasn't. I don't know.
I was gonna say that.
It was
No, I'm gonna call it. It was at that time. I'm gonna call Brumbies.
Brumbies.
Brumbies. When they shut, didn't they?
Brumbies been shut for a minute, bro.
Is that the
That's
Wednesday?
what I mean. Back then.
Yeah.
I thought, what if it was Grumpies?
They were Grumpies, and that was every Wednesday, I think.
Brumbies.
Brumbies.
I said Brumbies. That's the bread. That's the
Isn't that a
bakery.
bakery?
I don't know. No, Brumbies.
Grumpies. Yeah,
Grumpies.
Yeah.
Brumbies. Oi, shout out Brumbies. Next show we'll do.
They're not paying us yet. No free brand deals.
I've never
$1,000 finger bun rolls.
had a Cinnabon.
A Cinnabon.
A Cinnabon.
I've never had a Cinnabon.
A bagel.
Still is.
Word, no, you can probably shout out Bakers a lot. I mean, they probably paid you enough over the years.
Oh, we used to get free bread from them for rehab though.
Bro,
We used to go to Basil
That's
why.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Word. So
Let's get back to it.
yeah.
Sorry.
So how did that like feel, man? Like you just did your first gig.
Yeah. It was
Like how, the next day you wake up. How do you feel? You like, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. Like, was it all?
I kind of like, that was like one of the first nights I went out since being in, so I went a little bit wild.
How long was it since you'd been out? You reckon?
I don't know, a while, a little bit, like, can't remember now. I think it was like 3 weeks or
Yeah. So a minute.
4 weeks.
Oh yeah.
But it was good. And then I can't even remember what I did after that. Like, it was all a big blur. I got in trouble with like the law for a bit after that, so I just kind of cut that out, and then I was back in rehab again.
It actually does say that in my notes.
And then I went into housing in Coburg. I was in
Hold on,
like a halfway house.
You're going a little forward.
Yeah.
So it says here, what's it called? So you went back in rehab.
Yeah.
How was that for you? First of all, you were.
I did like a 6-month stint that time because I was sentenced.
You were sentenced.
Yeah, I was sentenced. I had to stay there.
Was it your second time there or your third time? At this point, from where we are.
Third time, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was your headspace going in this time? Was it like different to
Like I need help. Like I was like proper homeless. Like I really burnt my bridges this time. Like cut all my hair off. Like full and like cooked. Like just needed help. I gained heaps of weight when I got back in. I got down to like 48 kilos when I was on the streets, and then when I got in, I went up to 75 again.
Nice.
So I don't know, it was whack, but I really needed help that time, and like knowing that I'd caught in Ballarat, like that's the type of shit. Yeah.
It's a minute away.
Yeah, I got to the type that like I was being cooked. Like, why? What am I doing out there? Like, I'm from Melbourne.
So
It's a bit of an overdrive.
Don't gold mining.
Trying to, yeah.
No, so this
I just got I went over my head, bro. I went over my
Like my panning.
No, so this is the third time you're going into rehab this time, but this time you're going in.
I didn't have a
headspace.
choice.
Yeah, but this time, even though you didn't have a choice, you're going in with the headspace of like, I definitely need.
I need to do something. Yeah.
What year was this?
2020.
So it was only three years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, dude, that's fucking crazy to think.
Yeah, it was nuts.
So when you're in there, you said six months.
I did 6 months. Yeah, I was writing a lot of music.
Yeah.
I was in. Yeah.
And I heard around like when I was looking at my notes, was it around this time that you won the complete competition at the time as well?
Yeah. So as soon as I got out,
Complete the rapper, by the way.
as soon as I got out, it was like my first night at Laundry Bar. And I met my ex-partner, Krez, and we both entered the competition together for complete, and we both won.
Whoa.
But he won Melbourne and I won Frankston, but he was from...
Frankston!
He was...
3199, let's go!
He was from
Santa Kicks in the
Frankston.
building too. Ray hates us all, lad. Sorry, yeah, go.
No, but he was from Frankston and I was from Melbourne, so it was really cooked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it was like reverse,
Give me
but...
his hometown.
But yeah, no, that was so
hold on.
fucking cool.
Give me 2 seconds, just pause.
It's a fucking yeah, bro.
Hello, Yambra. We're mid-filming right now.
Hey,
You're
Yambra.
live. You're live on the potty. What's goodie? No, I'm kidding. I'll give you a call back later. We're just mid-potty. All right. Say love you, bye. Fuck you. Sorry, we're Sorry, he's like, you're lying. That's a fucking joke.
Place where that is.
Oh, bro.
Sorry, where were we? Krez, and you won the complete competition.
Yeah, I got up and I did my verse for Bloodstained Likes, and I was
Wait, so that's like explain what to the audience what the competition actually was.
So basically, So basically, he announced his tour for Australia and put out TPW, the Psych Ward, put out this competition for Bloodstained Nikes, and like I'd been bumping that song since Eltham, like since 15.
That's unlikely.
You're like,
That stays on my Nike.
That? What? Fucking Pirate Mafia, GH, no. That fuck, I have another blank. Like Curse Up, Flows. They're the one. They're my.
Or Evil Bitch by Cheap Sober.
Oh, I've heard that fucking evil bitch at the deceitful chick. Whoa, I forgot about that tune.
Yeah, that's a tune.
Fucking hell.
That was the era. No wonder I was so like ratty, but that's what we brought up.
We were all there. I feel like every person in this room had that fucking stage. So,
You have to. You earn your stripes. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
did you actually get to go and perform it with him?
Yeah, I was on stage with him. Yeah. And like,
Blood Sun Narkies with him.
yeah.
Fuck, I walked up to his doppelganger and said, "Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan."
Cunt.
That's my claim to fame. We're fucking complete, bro. I got to play his show, didn't get to meet him. His doppelganger instead, bro. Fucking hell.
Yeah, what? You didn't even meet him, but you played.
I didn't stay very long because of
Right.
like situations. But
Yeah, fair.
yeah, nah, and I thought I met him. I was convinced I met him.
He's
Liam
the
told me.
sweetest.
Liam told me from the start that's not complete, bro. But I give up.
They're like complete and Omac shows. I've been going to.
They're absolute dons.
Yeah, they're so nice, and
Yeah.
I genuinely reckon they're like, you know, they're so like humble. And it's like
Yeah,
that's why I keep going back, bro. You know, just keep going back.
sure.
I show love every time.
Yeah, most definitely.
They performed on a boat in Germany. A fucking complete was on a boat last night in Germany.
Shout outs to Bowie, bro, in Scotland. He went
And shout outs to As Brothers. We won't say what that is yet, but
no, but like he went and seen the show like complete. So like,
That's
I saw you.
awesome.
Yeah. But that is wild, bro. It's like two worlds colliding, even though he's from this world anyway. Like, you know, Bowie and Complete are both from this world. They're both over there. You know what I mean? Like, that's the wildest shit.
no. So after you did the Bloodstone Nikes, and like, where'd you go from there? So like, obviously,
Oh, mate. It was lockdown.
So
It was lockdown straight after that.
Yeah, that was 2020, right?
A month after that, it was
surely that G'd you up to like, you know, right?
I mean-
bars and
kind of, I guess.
What
I was
what
like-
the news? What was like? What was your plans? What was it? Was like, you know what I mean?
I mean, like, I was in.
Because I met
Transition
you
organizing.
around this time is when I met you and I started working.
Yeah, you met me about 6 months after, like when the first lockdown, like when we got out of lockdown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's when I started working with you on music and shit.
yeah.
So
how did you go through lockdown? Like,
I was whack. Yeah, I was tested. Like, if you're in a relationship in lockdown, it really tests you. Like, it's just really hard because it just kind of throws you into a serious relationship straight away.
did it help you though being locked away, like just coming out of rehab or like stuff like that? Did you no?
No, not at all. Yeah. No, it was really challenging. Like your mental health gets fucked, and with usage and stuff, because people like crackheads and stuff, they don't stop for lockdowns. Like,
Yeah, no.
they're still doing what they're doing, but it's just like major anxiety around that too. So it was hard to stay clean through that. Like, I had a few lapses and stuff. But then I met you. I think I moved back with my mum because I had to get out of the house I was
I
staying
met
at.
you at Laundry Bar.
Yeah, and like I met you at Laundry Bar
Yeah,
with Yambra. Yeah, and then that was the start of an era. I met like my new best friend.
Yeah, it's been a long 2 years.
3 years now.
It's been a
Yeah.
very long 2 years.
Yeah.
So what's with I mean that with the most love in my heart. You know that.
It's a lot. Yeah.
No, I'm your family. You know that.
Yeah.
But,
Fuck you,
no. So what's happened from there? So this is what 2022.
2021. Yeah, I started writing music way more. Got serious about it because obviously, like being in a proper studio, it was
The vibe at the
motivating.
time we were constantly with other artists. In
Yeah,
studios, at
that
least-
was just
at least 5-6 other artists a day.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it
So
was
a very inspirational.
very
for sure.
like creative. Joses.
Very creative Jesus. Jesus, that was creative.
Creative juices were flowing.
Jesus, that was creative.
The creative
Oh.
juices were flowing.
Flowing. Like a river.
No, definitely. When you're around a lot of artists.
I mean, bro, you were around the same time. You know, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I can't even remember where I met you, to be honest. I was definitely around that, like around there a bit as well. But being around different artists, constantly seeing different work rates and everything like that, different, like
It changed my whole work rate, bro.
There's a
You know?
lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. It definitely, it like, it was that friendly competitiveness that had me dropping like 2 songs a month with music videos stuff, which is more than I ever dropped in my 8 years of making music. You know what I mean? And then now I'm doing podcasts. How about you?
I did my first music video, and like was working on a few singles. Worked on one with you. Dropped that.
It's average.
It's good. We were speaking to Phila.
I joke. It is very good, and I actually.
It was good.
Where there's a funny story behind that. Phoenix was just very intoxicated at a show one night. This is not gonna get cut. Phoenix was just very intoxicated at a show one night, and
standard.
We ran into because Phila was coming to the same studio us at the time, so we were around him a bit at the time. And we ran into him at the show, and we were having a drink with him, and we were pretty lit, and I just turned to him, and because we were just chatting music, and I was like, oh, me and Jess finally made a track together. Jess dead set, like, barges in front of me, and she's like, it's average. For no reason at all. She's just like, it's average. So I've just never let her forget it. But no, like, I genuinely, it's a good song.
You listened to it the other day, and you're like, yeah, I agree, Jess, it's average. I was like...
Bro, I'm trying to make myself not look bad on camera. I don't fucking do that.
It's all right.
I'm kidding.
I already look bad.
No, you don't. No. No one said anything silly. But okay, so that's like 2022. We've made it was don't waste my time. That was what the song was.
2021, yeah. And then I was in a coma. Yeah.
No, hold on. Let's not fucking just go right into.
That's what happened though.
Right into. No. So we didn't make a song and then you went into a coma. Holy, just to make that song did not put you in a coma, thing. No. We joke, but so I don't know how deep you sort of want to go into it, but
I don't mind.
It was around this time. So what? I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Yeah.
So what had actually happened?
Well, when I met you and like broke up with no. When I met you and broke up with my ex, like I was sober. I was going to school. I was doing beauty school, and
it's all good.
I was doing really well and like seeing my support worker, and yeah, no, I was doing really well. And then I think it just was a lot of pressure, and
What do you think was a lot of pressure at the time?
Just like the first bit of normality, I guess, like getting out of lockdown and then like not really being in rehab again to kind of build myself back after the lapse. The reset. So I was just kind of doing it by myself, I guess, and then getting back into school and which I hadn't done since I was like 16. So it was just and then meeting a new group of friends, and it was a lot because you had pressures on what music you're dropping, and then pressure on like not going out too much, and then I just got carried away, relapsed, and couldn't handle that. So
and sort of what happened from
I had an overdose. Took 90 something Panadol tablets. Yeah, it was a lot. Wow. And like I actually thought I was gonna die. I was like, no, this is it. And then and then I was in an induced coma for 3 weeks. But apparently you're not meant to dream or remember anything. But I dreamt the whole time. And they was just crazy. One consistent dream. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, one consistent dream, but it was really graphic, very, very graphic, and I could feel everything because when they were moving me from like tables to do chest scans and brain scans, and like I could feel it, but my brain would like process it as try to understand it in my dream. Yeah, so it was whack. Like I felt like I was getting like carried by a crane at one point, and it was just cooked. Yeah, whack. But yeah, I woke up and they said that it was going to take me a week for every day I was in the coma, and I started walking within a week. Because mate. Yeah, that's hectic.
Jesus Christ. I remember a story, not even a story, just when I'd spoken to you for the first time when you'd woken up from your coma, when you were able to actually like function on your phone again and stuff. We could just tell the audience what the first thing you did was when you went on your phone.
I checked my release.
Because she had a music video drop while she was in a coma.
Yeah.
And so when that's the first thing that was it. That's a fucking artist, bro. That is an artist mindset.
Literally checked my release. I was like, what happened? Like, did they? Oh my god, they used
Sorry,
this-
how long were you in a relation? In a coma for?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. So
Like-
every years it rang up a lot of views.
No, like there was.
a couple
I-
racks, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't know because I can't remember.
That's that. I didn't know, like dropping the song, being waking up.
Yeah.
To
Oh, mate,
amazing.
that would have been awesome.
couple mil. Yeah, like when you woke up from that, were you like, fuck?
I was scared, yeah,
like, were you
because
like, fuck, I gotta fix my shit. Or were you, like...
yeah, no, that was like the proper.
So I know people that have like, had fucking overdoses and stuff, and they fucking, like it's not the same. Obviously, they weren't in coma, but you see them the next weekend out in the fucking city and shit.
Yeah.
It's like fucking back in the day, and you just think you're a fuck.
Like what happened?
Did it affect you? Did it change your mind, like the way of thinking?
It definitely did, but I still ended up like using again, but it took me a lot longer to like relapse. So I freaked out because mum wasn't going to take me back. She like after witnessing that, she's like, no, I can't do it. Like if that's going to happen again, I can't do it. And then so I stayed with dad for a bit, and then Birraby, like I was literally on the phone to them in hospital. I was like, I need to come back. Like I'm begging, please, like let me come back. Like I'm not gonna fuck up this time. And they never usually take people the amount of times they've taken me. But I was like, I was literally pleading and begging with them, and I'm like, you need to, like I need to get back and just fix myself. So they took me, and that was the luckiest thing ever. And I just was working out every day. I was going to gym. I was eating healthy. I was more conscious about, what was going on.
So I think we may be running out of time. It is getting pretty late. We've gone through a lot, unpacked quite a bit. I think we definitely need to have you on again, like in the future. Like definitely need to be a recurring guest because your story just keeps growing, and I don't even feel like we got to scratch the surface fully. But what I do want to touch on before we do our outro and stuff is what you've just recently put out, your most recent project, your most recent moves, what you've just done. Give everyone a taste of that.
So basically, it's Change. Ben Callaghan filmed it. So Callaghan Media, he's dope. I went to school with him back in Croydon, so he did an amazing job. I just kind of pulled verses from a lot of my like drill songs and put it all together, and yeah, it just became like this kind of cinematic movie. So it was really cool, and recorded it at SP, and Shy produced the beat, and yeah, it's just a really cool project. So
Yeah, it was a full art like masterpiece, really, to be honest. But like,
thank you.
yeah, no, I watched it. I watched the premiere and everything. It was
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
no,
your
it was
live comments. I went back and looked at the live comments.
No, it's a sick song.
Appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure he was on the way to one of our gigs too and stopped.
Yeah.
It was on the on his phone.
Yeah, no, I gotta show some love.
Dedicated, loyal fan, 100%.
Thank you.
100%. But no, it's a great song. It's a great track. It's doing really good. It's getting a lot of good publicity right now.
Yeah, how long from start to finish you reckon that tour figured over a long way?
Fuck me. Yeah. I've pulled the verses from like different parts of like I started writing it. Yeah, when I met Keeks, I wrote the verse and I was just like starting
Keeks, by the
to.
way, he's in the building.
Yeah.
We'll have Keeks on very soon.
I was just like starting to really stop using ice. So I wrote that verse then, and then I wrote another one for the Massey Rook Challenge that I came like finalist for.
Oh, dope.
And then another verse was for a Bryn thing. Shout out Bryn for the UK. And yeah, I just chucked them all together, and it was different stages of my life, but yeah, it took ages. Wow, yeah. Yeah.
What? Because obviously, like everyone, this is the type of song that everyone can listen to and relate to in their own way. What is there a certain bar in the song that like hits you the most and makes you go like, oh.
Like why would I leave? This is the reason I stay. Yeah, like everyone, should like have a reason to stay, I guess. Yeah. No, it's just like a reason to stick around and like keep spitting your truth.
Beautiful. 100%.
If you haven't sussed it yet,
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Plug it. Where can they find it? Where can they find you?
YouTube everywhere, like PHINIX LUTON. Someone called me Luton the other day, but PHINIX LUTON. It's like Louis Vuitton, but YouTube's whatever. Go watch the video. Killer Cute.
Killer Cute on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you,
so much
guys.
for coming on, man.
No worries. Thank you so
I'm
much for having me.
Sorry it's taken so long. We told the story in the last episode where her and Keeks came and waited around for 4 hours, and we still did no episode because me and Liam were still unprepared. So thank you so much
It
for
was
coming on, man.
just unfortunate series of events, but we've done it. So thank you. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate
No,
it.
we appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming on and telling your story, dude. Like, this has just felt like a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Hope they all have.
no, they shit. No, not like that. No,
Ray
right.
Falker is right
Yeah,
here.
no, not like that at all. Not like that at all. I just meant like it was like a real like start, just like change was like a start, middle, and a end. You know what I mean? Whereas we talked on like a multiple blend of top.
Thank you for having me, guys, and I really have faith in your podcast and
We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much.
appreciate it.
What is it? Like, subscribe.
Yeah, he's on it, lad. That's Shay. Yeah, no, that's it. Shout out Phoenix, shout out Keek, shout out Ray Palka. We fucking love you, Ray, so much.
Shout out
Once
Millsy.
again, coming through, saving us on the audio. Anyway, we will see you next fortnight with a new guest. You don't know who it is yet, but you will.
To you.
Yes, we do. Anyway, we love you. It's been Culture Show. Take it easy, fam. Peace.
Bye.